Howdy everyone, it's me once again, the one and only Killer Within. And today, as you can see, I'm still continuing my Disney movie marathon where I'll be talking about the movies, of course, TV shows, merchandising, theme parks, documentaries, I don't know, whatever the case may be. If it's related to Disney in any shape or form, then yes, I'll be talking about it. So here we go, I reckon. So again, this could be another response video, of course. And I'll be referring to, of course, Ben Shapiro. I mean, okay, this is not the only time I've talked about this scumbag, but yeah, he's definitely this political commentator, and of course, he assumes that America is going downhill because oh no, diversity, blah blah blah. How Democrats are destroying everything, which of course is complete nonsense. And yes, diversity bad, diversity bad, diversity bad, diversity bad, diversity bad. Keep saying that same thing over and over again. So, be more specific, I want to talk about the film Wish. Well, unfortunately, the film did tank, of course. Uh, which sucks because honestly, I didn't think the film wasn't all that bad. I mean, okay, it's not something I would call a masterpiece by any means, sure, but I did think it was a nice callback to the original Disney princesses, while at the same time sustaining its own its own identity, I guess. So it's why it is arcing to like something like Snow White and Seven Dwarfs, but at the same time, it has its own touch. So I really like the art style. I know it's technically done in 3D animation, but it has the aesthetics of a hand drawn animation. And yes, over the years, the companies Pixar and Disney were heavily criticized for using CGI. So I'm not sure if this has some kind of correlations to that. So I don't know if this has something to do with trying to please the fans to some extent. But it's nice touch. I do like the aesthetics of the 2D animation. It's really nice. I like the story, which centers around, of course, the main character's princess. He makes this wish, and yeah, it's not exactly something super easily done because you can't just fix all your problems. Sometimes you have to take action, obviously, which is a good lesson, I guess, with kids. When you think about it, you have to actually get off your ass and actually do something. You can't just wish everything away because life is not that simple. So yes, unfortunately, things do get rather complicated, of course. So it takes up to her and her friends to fix the problem. I mean, those are a bit more nuanced than that because even the queen is a bit weary about certain things. And those are like this book that's forbidden. You're not supposed to use this one book. And we all know what's going to happen. Of course, somebody can use that book eventually, of course. But anyway, Ben Shapiro over here wants to talk about that very movie because politics is involved somehow. I don't know because diversity. I've seen the film more than once. Politics is not involved in the film, and at least not in the way he's talking about it. That's what I'm saying. At least not in the way he's referring to it. I mean, yes, he involves the king and queen, sure, but yeah, it's just not in the way he's talking about. So I don't know what he's referring to exactly, but because somehow DEI bad. Anyway, whatever. Here we go.
The studio that's making Snow White is Bentkey, which is like it seems to be like a children's programming arm of like the Daily Wire. So, is this the first of the projects they're going to do? Are they going to do more things like this?
I don't know if you've seen the preview for their new animated film Wish, but it seems that the plot is essentially about how God is bad.
Where the hell did you get that from? You didn't even see the movie. What?
And so what it is the king, and the king grants people's wishes.
Okay, that's a bit more to it than just that, because the main character realizes that the kingdom, which is a princess, of course, she knows that this entire kingdom was pretty much built from scratch, and it has something to do with her family. Her family pretty much went to this land, and they just had to build up everything, and it's supposed to be like a land of opportunity, so to speak. So again, you're glancing over a lot of stuff here.
But he is an apprentice.
Could you not stutter? Seriously, could you not stutter? Okay, Ben Shapiro is again leaving out some context. All right, a lot of context, I should say. I mean, yes, the king would want somebody close to him, of course, like a sensei and a student kind of a thing. Sure, he wants that, but he has to be very, very, very particular on who he can choose. He has to find somebody of worthy. When you think about it.
the apprentice, who's also learning to use this power of granting people's wishes.
Again, no. The main character was selected in this as a way to keep guard in some ways. She herself is not going to grant anything. Only the king, only him can do that.
Finds out that the king is only selectively granting people's wishes.
Again, no. If he does grant wishes, it's only on the pretense that, yeah, I'm going to help everybody. When in reality, he's doing that. He's just trying to keep an image like he's all sweet and kind. It's all a rose when you think about it. But okay. Ultimately, it's about nepotism. If I'm pronouncing it right, excuse me if I butchered that. So the main character figured out something's amiss, and she wanted to start off a rebellion against the king because something's a wish. She hasn't quite put a finger on it, but something isn't quite right.
And is picking and choosing which wishes.
Again, no. One of the older relatives of the main character, his wish was mentioned to the king, which the king didn't like the one relative's wish at all because it came off too hopeful, too broad. According to him, it came off like you go to start something bad. According to him, anyway. And from this point on, the main character thought this came off extremely suspicious. So, because of what he refused to do, is sparked some kind of hunch, and she just had to gather some kind of information, and her friends would tag along, of course. And this is after the fact that there was this wish, this cosmic star came into being, and because this entire thing didn't seem right, she just had to get some clues and make sure that she has enough evidence. So you're missing a lot of stuff here.
This is a terrible, terrible thing.
Who is in the wrong? Who exactly is in the wrong? Is it the main character that's in the wrong for? Maybe she's just jumping to conclusions. Maybe she's just overthinking it. Or maybe is it the king? Is he the wrong? Be specific. You're just. This is too much of a generalization, is what I'm getting. It's a hasty generalization. You're not really getting to the point, really. I mean, you have a point. You think that film is anti-God, and you're trying to draw conclusions from that statement. But okay.
And she will grant everyone's wishes.
Oh my god, do I have to stop you in every sentence here? No, 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 no again. She never planned on granting any of the wishes. She never planned on replacing the king. She just felt that this individual is acting bizarre. Again, the whole nepotism thing I mentioned earlier. So she thought she had this thing in her head, like, wait a minute, something's sus here. Baby sus.
Which, I mean, you don't have to go very far afield to understand that what that kind of is God is bad.
Again, where the bloody hell did you get that from? Who is trying to do something towards God? Who? Who exactly? What? That's not what the film is about. You're intentionally misrepresenting what the film is about. It's not that. It's just the main character. I mean, you could say the main character is a bit more of an idealist, I guess, because she's so optimistic. She wants the best for the whole kingdom. That's it, really. She wants everybody in her kingdom to pray for the best. Oh, and of course, just like a good princess would, she attempted to use diplomacy first. But obviously, again, we all know where this is going to go. There won't be much of a movie if it works out right the first time. There has to be some kind of conflict, of course. And yeah, things turn out to be a lot more difficult than originally planned. Again, a lot of this is glanced over. But whatever, guess. Yeah, but apparently Ben Shapiro knows everything, right?
Because he said no to you sometimes. And so it would be better if there were an empowered female character who could get.
Are you trying to say that the king is God? Like a representation of God? Is that what you're getting at? Okay. And mind you, he's a conservative Jew, okay? A conservative Jew. He's the type of person that we want stuck in the past, so to speak. And that's what he wants. Did you realize that Disney had made lots of princess movies? They are known for making these princess movies. And each individual princess is brave and strong in their own each way. So again, this whole strong female lead is bad. And this has always been a thing. The original animated film, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, or Disney's version anyway, is often considered to be one of the greatest films of all time. Yeah, it has strong princess, maybe not in a physical sense, but maybe in a different way. You do have to keep in mind that not every single princess in existence needs to be like this warrior type character that carries a sword at all times. It might work for some, but not all, when you think about it. And yes, in comparison, this princess character from Wish, she's way more active than compared to Snow White, which in itself is fine because it works for this movie, and the other thing is works for that movie. So again, this is nothing new. Both characters are showing their strengths in two different ways. It doesn't have to be in the same kind of way. So again, just what the hell are you even talking about? This makes no sense whatsoever. And again, who is this they? Who's they you talking about? Who specific is this they? This is way too damn broad.
Up and make sure that all wishes were granted across the board.
Since when? No, seriously, since when? Since when that was ever a part of the story exactly? What are you even talking about?
Leading to what we would call the Bruce Almighty conundrum, which is you can't grant everybody's wish all the time, obviously, but that doesn't seem to matter. So
That's pretty much where his argument ends right there, folks. Because like I said, his literal video is not that long, not really. But anyway, this puts in conflict with the God paradox. I'm not going to go too deep into this because I don't want this video to be too long at all, okay? I'm just trying to keep this fairly short. Like the whole thing with God, if God is all powerful, wouldn't he make a boulder that he wouldn't be able to lift? According to the Christian stories, regardless of what version of it, yes, he would. But then again, that would contradict the idea that he's all powerful. But then again, if he's all powerful, he should be able to do it. It's the whole paradoxical thing. If you're saying that the king is God, I'm guessing that's what you're saying. Then yes, the character, the king should be able to grant literally every single wish. Is there a limit what he can't grant? I don't know. The film never made that clear. Really, it's like something super specific he can't grant for whatever reason. I don't know. I'm assuming that he's able to grant literally any wish that's possible. I mean, I guess yeah, if he's assuming to be powerful enough, I guess. But I don't get it. So that'll be it, folks. So I don't get any of this whatsoever because it's so confusing. Anyway, that'll be it, folks. So as always, thanks for watching. See you. Literally nothing religious about this movie. Literally nothing. There's nothing religious whatsoever in any shape or form. I'm just what? I'm just feeling dumbfounded. Are you telling me he has to be religious to be good? Is that what he's saying? I got a bunch of questions here. What? Huh? Who? What? When? Where? And how? Okay, I'm done. Okay, well, I'm done. I'm done. Okay, I'm in the video. See you. Whatever. Just what? Huh?